welcome into my channel. I'm Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing and helping to make my birthday wish come true. July is my birthday month, and it's also the 1-year anniversary of my channel. So I have a goal to reach 300 subscribers by the end of the month, and I would love it if you are watching this right now and you take a quick look at your subscribe button and it's red, click on it and turn it gray so that you can subscribe and you don't miss out on my videos. Here on my channel, mostly I talk about all things beauty, skincare, and project planning related. But today I share one of my other hobbies that I love, which is reading. Comment below to let me know what the favorite book of your June month was. I'll share mine with you at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, I like to do audiobooks and physical books that I get from the library, so I always like to pop up pictures of the covers so that you can see it if you are looking, because something I have learned is that there's lots of books with the same title, so you'll know which one I'm talking about by the picture on the screen. Okay, I'm going to do it a little differently today. I'm going to start out by talking about the audiobooks that I listened to, and then I will go into the physical books that I read. The first one that I finished was Curious Minds by Janet Ivanovich and Five Sutton. And I think this is a new sort of collaborative project between these two authors, and I really do like Janet Ivanovich. She does a series with Stephanie Plum, who is a bail bondswoman, but this is totally separate and it's a totally different thing. I didn't really like this a whole lot. Stephanie Plum novels are hilarious, like laugh out loud, driving down the car, walking down the street, hilarious. But this book really wasn't that, and I get that maybe she was trying something different, but for me it just wasn't really my cup of tea. I think this is going to be a series and I won't be reading any more of these. I gave this one 2 stars on Goodreads. The next audiobook that I finished was Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this was a 4-star book for me. I loved this book. I love how Taylor Jenkins Reid whisks you back into, this different eras, these bygone eras, and I love how she intertwines all of her books. So there will be a character in one book, like a main character, and then it will be like a supplementary character in a different book. So like this book, Malibu Rising, relates to Carrie Soto is back somehow, because Carrie Soto is in there. I haven't read Carrie Soto is back yet, so I'm excited to do that. But I really loved the story of this famous man and his struggle to be able to find his place in the world and like to try to find love and true love, and the damage that it does to this family that he's created. And I mean, it's a sad story, but it's very well written also, and the book mainly has to do with these 4 siblings, and sort of they're adult now, and the aftermath of how the trauma of their childhood has affected each one of them individually, and their relations with other people as well, and how they try to connect to other people. This book starts kind of in the 50s and sprinkles into the 80s, I think, even. So it's just really cool. I love that kind of stuff. So I gave that one 4 stars. It was really good. Okay, the next audiobook that I listened to was What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I gave this book a 3 stars, and for me that's really actually kind of generous. This is definitely going to be a hot take because I think this book is really very popular, but it was fine. But my main problem with this book, What Lies in the Woods, is there were way too many twists and turns at the very end. It's sort of like whiplash reading, like, whoa, you think it's this? Nope, no it's this. Nope, no it's this. Nope, no it's this. And so you have like at least 10 twists in the last 100 pages of the book, and that's just too many. Like, pick a theme, pick a road that you want to go down, and maybe veer me off 1 or 2 times. But there was just entirely way too many like back and forth things, especially since I was listening to it. It was hard to keep track because things kept changing, and I didn't like that. I like to be surprised. I like to be kept on my toes when I'm reading, and I like to not be able to figure out what's going on. This one, it was too many. This book is essentially about a group of friends who experienced some trauma in the woods during their youth, and you know how things come to light as they get in adulthood, and you know, the unraveling of this story that was created when they were kids. It was just way too many. It was not, it was very muddy. It was just too muddy for me. The last audiobook that I listened to was a historical fiction novel, which is becoming a favorite for me. I love that genre. And this was The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. And this is kind of historical fiction, but based off of a real person. So I think it blurs the lines between fiction and nonfiction. It's about a Russian sniper. That's what she is. Russian sniper, and she's the most successful sniper in the World War II, I think. That may not be right. But just kind of like the ups and downs of being a woman, a Russian woman, in this career that is heavily involved with men mostly. And so, and she's a mom, and you know, this ups and downs of being successful in this, but also risking her life every time she goes out there to protect her country. So it was really kind of cool. I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 4 stars. Now, for the 3 physical books that I read, as a gift from one of my students last year, I got this book called She's Gone by David Bell. And this had the potential to be really good. It's about a young like high school couple who the girl goes missing on the night of their prom, and so everyone is accusing the boy of doing something to her, and so it's just the journey of, you know, this guy trying to make it right because he didn't do anything to his girlfriend, and he doesn't remember what happened. They got in a car accident, and then she went missing from the car accident, and so he doesn't remember anything because he had this trauma, head trauma from the accident. And this one also had a little too many twists and turns for me, and I just didn't like the ending of it at all. The ending of this book was not necessary. It was weird, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I gave this book a 2. Okay, now, by far, my 2 favorite books. Malibu Rising was pretty close, because I do love me some Taylor Jenkins Reid. But by far, the 2 favorite books that I read, because I read these books in like 3 or 4 days. One of them wasn't that long in my, you know, defense or whatever, are both by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and she is a YA author. So, you know, this genre of young adult fiction is, you know, written for young adults. So I'm obviously not a young adult. These things are fast reads. They're, you know, short chapters, and the plot is very fast paced, and so I love that. The first one that I read was The Naturals. And so both of these books I gave 5 stars because I just love them, and they're series, and I'm going to be reading. I already have number 2 from this Naturals series that I will start next week. So The Naturals is all about this group of special teenagers that have these sort of supernatural abilities. The main character is a natural like a person reader. Like, she can look at a person and tell what their favorite food is and what they're going to order off of the menu. You know, another one can read people's emotions. Another one's really good with numbers and patterns. And so they are sort of recruited into the FBI to be able to help with some cold cases that they need help with. This first one was so good. Again, it's super fast paced, super short chapters, so I was just eating it up. And the ending, oh my word, I didn't see the ending coming at all. It was sort of like a bam, like out of the blue. So loved it. It was so good. I can't wait to read Killer Instincts. That's number 2 in that series. So excited. And then the last book that I finished in the month of June was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Gave it a 5 stars on Goodreads. It is all about, and I think it's sort of like every person's dream, you know, you just secretly dream that, hey, you're going to be plucked from school one day and they're going to tell you that you're summoned to this mansion for the reading of a will, and they can't read the will without you. So you're like, okay, great. You go to this, the reading of the will, and the whole entire family of this person, and you don't know this person. This is a whole out of the blue kind of thing. You have no idea who this person is. You're just sitting there like, what the heck? I don't know. A couple days out of school. Great. Then they start reading it, and the family gets barely anything of this like billionaire, multi-billionaire person that has summoned you to their reading of their will. And then at the end, you get the house, all of the houses, all of the cars, and all of the money. And if anything happens to you, the money goes not to the family, but to people like from your family. And so there's this whole puzzle aspect of it, and trying to like figure out why her, what is this all about, and how they let, and so I don't know, do you do this? I will very daringly look at how many pages are in the book and just like flirt on the edge of like looking at the last page and like flirt on the edge of spoiling the book for me. Do you do that? I do that. Okay, so I did that with this book. I'm looking and seeing how many pages are at the end and just like flirting with the very end, and the last sentence of the book kind of spoiled the direction that this thing is gonna go. I was like, dang, don't do that anymore. But regardless, I loved this. Now, something that I'm thinking about as I'm talking about both of these books is they both have a female protagonist who is in this love triangle with 2 other guys. So in the Naturals, it's 2 guys that she's in this group with, and with this book, The Inheritance Games, it's 2 brothers. So it's a little strange. That part's, but it's young adult. It's for the young adults, so whatever. But these are 2 books if you are really interested in YA and you like a sort of mystery kind of vibe, but not anything too crazy. I highly suggest you check those 2 books out because they are great. I'm so excited to share with you what I read in July, because I'm finishing a book in the next day or 2, and it's a real interesting book too. It's a different kind of book for me. I'm loving this book journey that I am on. So that is it. Hopefully you took away something from this video, and if you did, give it a like so that I know that you are enjoying it and you are encouraging me, because it takes a lot of work on the back end to kind of like add the little spicy features so that you know which books I'm talking about. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Damn.